Hey guys, so this video is a request from Where Rain Falls, which is such a beautiful name by the way. Basically I was asked for some tips for solo female travellers, and so I've made some points and I'm gonna do each one individually because I tend to ramble and I think it would make it easier for me to edit the video, so you'll see this in various takes. Okay, right. Okay, so my first tip is treat it like it's your home, but with additional caution. So basically, I grew up in Kirby, which is classed as like a kind of rough area in Liverpool. It's on the outskirts of Liverpool. And yeah, I used to live in a place where the kids, like from my school, would throw bricks through the windows, and it happened quite a few times. We even got security installed. This is me and my mum. When my parents got divorced, we moved out to like one of the rough areas in the town, and so yeah, we had bricks through the window and the car was vandalized, and so like I'm used to being in rough areas. And even though I was like a really shy girl at school, like I always stayed out of trouble, I was like classed as one of the good kids. But even though I was one of those kids, I still was aware of everything around me. So I knew like what was a bad area, so I avoided it. I knew who were the bad people, so I avoided them, and you know what I'm saying. So like, because of my background, you know, I can identify a situation where, you know, I shouldn't walk down a certain street, or, you know, I avoid dark areas, and if there's a lot of men in the area, then I'll try and find an alternative route. I avoid going to bars and clubs because that's not my scene. My scene is being out in the daylight, like enjoying the sun, enjoying the fruit, going to markets, picking up like cheap fruit, going to supermarkets, looking at fruit. Basically my whole life is about fruit and fruit shopping. So I tend not to like venture into the dark, and normally I'm at home when it is dark, or if I'm not at home, if I'm still out when it's gone dark, then I stay in the well lit areas. I would avoid dark alleys and anything like that. Anything that you think is dodgy probably is, so just avoid it. So my second tip is do not let bad media or press or news or anything like that put you off. Just, I wouldn't say ignore it, but just take it with a pinch of salt. A lot of the stuff on the news, especially TV and in magazines and newspapers, has been completely like exaggerated and made, like it's been made to kind of, I guess, make you less adventurous, make you not want to go and travel, and make you like have these bad judgments on these cities or towns or like people or countries, etc. So when I went to Thailand, I actually flew when there was a coup and there was curfews. I can't remember what times they were from, but I think when I was there it must have been like 11 or midnight till about 4 or 5 a.m. But I mean, that didn't affect me because, like I said in my previous point, I am very much into the daylight. I would avoid going out at night. I didn't go to clubs or anything. And so, like, I didn't see any violence. I didn't see any protests. So I wasn't in the area where there were protests. I saw, like, the odd militant man who was, like, on toll booths on the highway or freeway or whatever it's called. I saw some at the airport, and that was it. So yeah, I just think that the media, like I said, blows everything out of proportion, and if everybody believed what it said, then we'd all just stay locked in our houses. And I was reading about going to South America or like Central America, that apparently the statistics for dying of a violent crime in one of those countries is very slim, and you're more likely to be hit by a bus in your own home country than to like get stopped by like a mafia or whatever. Like, so yeah, just ignore media, and if you really want to go, then just go. Wouldn't let anybody put you off either, like your parents or anything, and know they're just concerned for you, but they have been brainwashed and they believe everything the media says, so just ignore it. So my tip number 3 is to join an online community of people with your interests. So my particular interest, as I've mentioned, is fruit. So I was on 30 bananas a day, or I am on 30 bananas a day. When I had a Facebook account, I joined the Raw Till 4 festival page, and then other like 8 to 10 10 groups. And it was through these forums that I arranged to meet people. Obviously I'd never met them before, so you have to be a bit cautious, but generally if they're into fruit, then it's unlikely that they're gonna like kill you. So, but also, you know, make sure that when you meet these people, you meet them in public places, and you tell somebody, like, even if they're not in the same country as you, you tell your mum, oh, I'm going to meet such and such a person at such and such a time. I'll check in with you later on, just so they know that you're okay. I mean, like I said, these people are very unlikely going to do anything bad to you, but obviously you've got to remain cautious. So yeah, I'm just reading my notes. Like I said, it's a good way to like make friends, and if you don't have any set plans with regards to traveling, then it kind of leaves that open for you to meet these people, and then if they have plans, you can tag along with them. I mean, that's what I did before the Thai Fruit Fest. I met a group of girls, went to Krabi, and it rained, so I kind of left. But that's the beauty of traveling alone. Like, you're not tied to anybody. If you are uncomfortable with where you've gone to, then you can just like book a bus, a train, a plane, and just go. That's what I like about traveling alone, just that freedom. And then as well, like, you might meet people, say next week, on your travels, and then you might not see them ever again. Or it could be that they have a YouTube channel and you're watching their YouTube channel, and then they post that they're going to a specific place, say the Canary Islands, and they're gonna eat cherimoya, and then you kind of start thinking, oh well, that sounds really good, I really want to eat cherimoya, so you book a flight and you go meet them, which is what I did. I met these two brothers, Michael and Mads, in Thailand, and they're from Norway. Their channel is Sweet Natural Living, and I don't know, I saw them for like, maybe I was in their company for 2 hours, but I only spoke to them both for like 10 minutes. Never saw them again after that. One meeting, then I watched their YouTube channel, and like I said, they mentioned about coming to the Canary Islands and eating cherimoya, and I was like, I want some, so I'm going. And then, you know, I've been with them here for the last just over 2 weeks now, and it's awesome. So, you know, you'll meet people on your travels and you'll still connect with them in the future. So it's just great. It opens up more opportunities for travel later on. Okay, so my 4th tip is about accommodation. I would say that it's probably essential to have it booked for the first night that you arrive. Like, this is from coming off the plane from your country. I wouldn't worry too much about booking other places. Like, say you get on a bus and you go somewhere, and maybe it might be good for the first couple of times for you to book something on booking.com or wherever. But I did this
And, oh man, I booked to stay in a hotel, which I thought was in Canterbury, but it actually turned out to be 2 hours away by coach. So I had to cancel that, lose a deposit. And then I booked another accommodation, which I swear said 10-minute walk, but it ended up being 10 kilometers away from the centre. So that wasn't good. So my advice is to just book your first night when you land, so you have a place to go to, and also when you fill out your form, like when I entered Thailand, you had to have an address where you were going. So I put my hostel down, and then yeah, like booking in advance for me didn't really work. So I'd say just when you get to this new location, just look around, either go to like an internet cafe and you can search for some places, find out some names, get a map, and then have a look at the place yourself. So go and like see if you can check out a room before you commit. And also, make sure that it's in a good location. So yeah, like if I stayed in a hostel, I would stay in a girls' dorm. I mean, that's just because I felt more comfortable staying in a girls' dorm. I mean, you might prefer if you're traveling, well, if you are traveling with people you just met and there's some guys, I don't know, you might want to all share like the same dorm, but personally I prefer to share with girls. So yeah, that's it about accommodation. So my tip number 5 is to not have fear. So don't let anybody put fear into you. Don't let the media, newspapers, anything like that, don't let anybody create fear in you, because that will just destroy your dreams. It'll stop you from doing things, and especially like in your own head, it's really, really, really hard to like stop that little voice saying, "Oh, you can't do that. Or what if that happens? And what if your passport gets stolen? Or what if I don't know. What if you lose all your stuff?" And like just these little fears, just do not let them control you. So yeah,
If you really want to listen to someone or something to tell you to stop, then that you need to tune into your intuition, and that kind of takes a lot of self-knowledge, and self-knowledge takes a lot of patience and love for yourself, and meditation definitely helps with that. So if you don't really know what your intuition is, then I seriously suggest like doing some meditation and finding out how to get to know yourself. I mean, I'm still trying to find my way with regards to that, but just keep going and just practice. And my 6th tip for traveling solo for girls is, it's not really about safety, but it is essential. Don't pack too much. Seriously, do not pack too much. Well, okay, I say that, but it depends on your destination. If you're going to the tropics, then I really think that you only need the outfit that you have on plus one additional outfit. That is all you need for clothes. Maybe a pair of flip-flops and then a comfortable pair of trainers that you're going to walk around in, but you do not need to pack anything else. Clothes-wise, that is. And then obviously you need a toothbrush, some floss, maybe your phone, passport, your charger if you're taking a phone. If you take a bike, like I will be taking a bike, then it's going to be so hard, but I'm going to aim to just take my cycling outfit and then an outfit that I can be in during the day. and you can always buy clothes and anything else where you are. So if you have money, then it's no problem. Like if it gets cold and you need a jumper, then you just buy a jumper. But I mean, it's not going to get cold in the tropics at all. So my bag wasn't big. It was 10 kilograms though. But after lugging that around, it was just incredibly painful. So I think the less you pack, the better, because obviously if you're being chased down the street by a dog and you got your little backpack on with your one extra outfit, then you're going to be able to get away. But if you're lugging around this big heavy backpack and this dog's chasing you, you can't run. The dog's going to get you. The dog's going to bite you. It's going to eat you alive. Okay, so I'm just exaggerating, but you know what I mean. It's a lot more comfortable if you just take less. It's less to worry about, less to like get stolen. It's just easy, so much easier. And then you just have to make sure you wash your clothes every night or every 2 days, or if you don't mind being in dirty clothes, then you don't have to wash them at all. But the beauty of being on a raw food diet, or at least my laziness, is that I don't need shampoo, I don't need body wash, I don't use toothpaste anymore, I just use water. And this is why you gotta floss. So I don't need all these toiletries, I don't use perfume either, so yeah, smell a bit, but I'm just embracing the natural way of life. But if you're not that hardcore, you can just buy toiletries wherever you go. So yeah.
Well, I hope these tips have been helpful, and I think if I can give you any more advice, it would be to be confident with your decisions. Make sure that you feel comfortable wherever you are. If at any point you start to feel like it's the wrong decision, then you need to kind of take action and move away or just go somewhere else. And with regards to security and money and passports, etc., like in certain countries it says you must carry a passport at all times. Now that can be quite, what's the word, like it can be a bad thing, because if somebody steals your purse, they steal your passport, then you got to sort all that out. So what I did was I photocopied my passport, I photocopied my visa before I got to Thailand, and I carried the photocopies around with me the whole time. I had like a travel safe, and I kept that locked up in my accommodation, and I kept my passport in there. Just like trust your gut instinct, and don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, and don't let anybody put you off. Just make sure that if you want to do it, then you just do it. And that's all I can say. If you have any comments, if you have any more questions, if I have missed something completely obvious, then just let me know, and I will, either write back or make another video. Anything else, just let me know. So thanks for watching.